Did you see her, Bly? She looked just like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Shush,
She
Henry.
had a big nose with a wart and everything.
Witches don't exist.
Well, they do. What about Mrs. Ackley? She's a witch.
No, she's not.
Well, she is. She has a black cat and she makes potions in a huge cauldron.
Don't be silly.
Well, if you don't think she's a witch, then why are you afraid to go into her house?
I am not.
Aren't you? David said so.
What did he say? What did he say?
He said that when his cricket ball fell into a yard, he asked you to go get it, and you wouldn't. You were afraid.
Well, David is a liar. And I'm not afraid of anything.
Prove it.
How?
You have to eat some mud.
That's not scary, stupid. That's just disgusting. Only dumb little boys like you eat mud.
Oh, I know what's scary. A spider. A big black hairy spider. You have to hold a big black hairy spider for 10 to 30 seconds.
Where are you going to find a big black hairy spider from?
I've already got one.
Who?
Oh yeah, let's play grown-ups, like we're at a tea party.
That's what we are doing, Henny. Now, you go out and come back in like you just got here, and Tabitha, you sit there and...
Hello.
No, Henny, do it properly.
What do you mean?
Do it like a proper grown-up. Do it like Daddy.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I say, what a lovely day it is.
Yes, it's lovely.
Helen, isn't it?
Yes, Mary's niece, and you're...
Michael, yes, I didn't expect you to see out here. I thought you weren't too impressed with the countryside last night.
Please don't remind me, that was so embarrassing.
Not at all. I've seen plenty of girls fall after horses. Though none quite so spectacularly, I must say.
God.
Seriously though, are you alright? And, more importantly, are your shoes alright?
Do I really seem that superficial?
Man, I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Have you always lived out here?
On a farm, you mean? Yeah. My grandfather started it when he came over and it's been in the family ever since.
It's nice.
Nice.
Yes, well, I mean, you know, it's,
Nice?
sorry.
No, it's alright, I'm only pulling your leg. I suppose it must seem a rather alien world to you, especially if you've grown up in the city. And you're from...
London, yes. Well, everything seems rather alien to me at the moment.
Of course, and why did you...
My father.
Right. And you couldn't stay behind?
Well, I could have, but it would have been, well, it would have been hard. Harder, I mean.
Oh, of course, and you would have missed out on all this fine southern hemispherical society.
What? All the sheep, you mean?
Thank you.
Sorry.
I'm quite fond of my sheep, actually. You know, I'd rather take a flock of sheep any day over a bunch of upper class...
Oh, yes?
Nothing?
City-born English toffs, is that what you're thinking?
Never! Although, I must admit, there was a moment, I think it was just before you fell off your horse, actually, that I thought I really ought to visit the city more often.
Really?
Yeah, I had a sudden realisation that perhaps prospects down that way were far more desirable than I'd ever given credit.
Okay, now, Mary warned me about you.
Oh really? And what did she say? That I'm a good-for-nothing third-generation Mortilander?
No.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with T.
Table.
No.
Teapot.
No.
Teacup.
No.
Tea.
No.
Tea leaves.
No.
Tulip.
No.
Tiger.
There are no tigers in the garden, silly.
Then what, Henry? There are no more teas out here.
Want a clue?
Alright. A train.
Yes.
Henry, you cheated. There are no trains out here. It's called I Spy. If you can't see it, it doesn't count.
I can see it. It's up there.
Where?
Up there.
Where? I can't see it.
Come here. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
That's it.
Yeah. And if you hold your fist to the cross, first knuckle on the axis, your thumb indicates south. And that's how sailors got to the South Pole.
That's amazing. And it's called the Southern Cross.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that could be it.
Michael!
It's just a bunch of stars, isn't it, really? You said so yourself.
There's so many though, aren't there? Far more than in England.
Probably the same amount. Just easier to see them.
Do you think I'll be happy out here, Michael?
What, in the middle of nowhere? I hope so. Otherwise we're both in trouble.
I don't know the first thing about cows, you know. Or chickens.
Well, as long as you know how to cook chicken, that's good enough for me.
Michael!
Ow!
Why don't you just go inside, Henry? No, not Toto! Please, not Toto! I'll get you. I'll get you.
I'll get you, my pretty, and the little dog too. Okay, can I be Dorothy now?
Nope.
Oh, you always say no, it's not fair. Mummy, Bly won't let me play Dorothy. Daddy! Bly killed my spider! It's not fair! Well, what about mummies and daddies? Tabitha likes playing mummies and daddies.
Okay, you're the daddy, go.
I want to be the mummy.
You can't be the mummy, you're a boy. Now you're the daddy, go, go.
The Department of Immigration's shut down.
Did you know that the Plimertons have announced their engagement?
Hmm?
You know, George and Henrietta. Should have thought would happen sooner, everyone knew about it. Michael, you listening to me?
What? Oh, well, he's probably been trying to get out of it the last 5 years. Don't blame him. Having a better woman with an ass the size of Africa is
Really,
hardly
Michael,
my...
must you be so vulgar?
Simply stating the obvious, darling.
Well, if it's obvious, why feel the need to allude to it? Bly, stop that, please.
I'm just making conversation, dear, if that's what you require.
You know, for your information, most men actually prefer to marry the women they feel they're most suited to, as opposed to the ones they feel up against the back wall of the woodshed.
Oh, really? And where'd you hear that one? At one of Mrs. Winchester's Sunday brunches? Last I heard, Mr. Winchester's been making good use of his woodshed with that pretty little scullery maid of his.
Oh, really? And where did you hear that, darling? Bellowed out of Half-Pint Charlie's arse?
Really, Helen, your vulgarity astounds me.
Blythe, that's enough. Morning, she needs to eat her carrots, please. You know, I wouldn't have to have brunch with Mrs. Winchester if there was anyone else with a parlour in this godforsaken place.
Good Lord. It's been another shipwreck off the coast of Australia. All crew presumed drowned. Poor bastards. If only Henrietta Plymouth had been around. They could use their ass as a flotation device.
Michael!
Bly, is this so funny?
You must be feeling homesick, though. I know I still do, even after all this time. Actually, you know, if you're feeling a little under the weather, Dr. Powell is very good.
Dr. Powell is a quack.
Michael, please don't be so rude.
Well, he is. Everybody knows it. You'd just be better having a lie down.
Matthew is a lawyer, actually. Imagine he doesn't get much time off work, do you?
Well, we were thinking of getting in the way this weekend, actually, weren't we, darling?
Were we?
Yeah, thought of booking us a couple of nights at the Waterloo. Have Moana, look after the kids. You can't beat a long weekend away, can you? Keep the passion alive.
Michael, please. Not here.
Oh yes, of course, sorry, darling. Save it for the Waterloo, eh?
Excuse me, sorry.
No, if I didn't know any better, I think you
Trying
would...
to think, darling, it makes you look cross-eyed.
Do you really mean to be so obvious, bending your eyelids, laughing at his jokes?
Michael, while I remember, can you try not to drool all over me in front of the guests?
I'll draw wherever I want, thank you.
Stop it, you're behaving like a child.
What's wrong with
You're
you?
not interested in my body when we're alone. There's no need to pretend for others' sake.
Would you mind checking the bird, darling? I don't know where Moana's got to.
So?
Blimey, it's her dress!
So? What are we going to do with it?
We gotta give it back to her. It might be her favourite dress.
No, it's not her favourite. Her favourite is the red one with the bows on.
Why can't we go? Daddy's not gonna go. Maybe we could find her and then she'll come back.
Shut up, Henry!
Fine. I'll go by myself.
She won't come back, Henry! And how are you going to find her anyway? And how are you going to get to the city?
Can't we just talk about this? Please, can we just sit
It's
down?
too late for talking.
But I thought we were doing better.
That just proves it.
Bruce, what? Will you just stop for a
Please,
second?
I don't want to wake the children, okay?
But you're the one doing this. I just want to
For God's
talk.
sakes, Michael, it is over!
Why?
Because I can't bear it any longer. Please, just open your eyes for once. Neither of us are happy. We haven't been happy in a long time.
Is this about him again?
Oh.
Is that what this is about? You're running away from your family to be some law graduate
I
slut.
know you're despicable.
I'm despicable.
Yes, you're despicable. You cannot see the truth, can you? You'd rather lay blame on somebody else than...
Oh, so you are still with them then?
Oh, what does it matter?
And the kids, you're just going to leave them too?
No.
Well, they're not going with you. Not to be stuck in some cupboard in a city apartment, Helen. If you want to go, go. But you leave them alone.
Michael.
I'm going to catch the train. I've got the money grandmother sent me for Christmas. And when I find her, I'm going to tell her you were too afraid to come.
Not afraid.
I'm going to tell her you don't love her anymore. You don't even want to talk about her. You want to pretend she doesn't exist.
You want to pretend she's not gone forever.
She's not gone forever. She's out there somewhere, I know it. She's out there somewhere and I'm going to find her and I'm going to bring her back. And everything will be right again. You'll see.
It's the Southern Cross.
How do you know that?
Because it's got 4 points, see? 1, 2, 3, 4.
The stars are still shining.
Yes.
I used to think they were shining for us.
And now?
Feels like they should be blacked out.
Maybe they're just shining for somebody else.
Maybe it was just wrong from the beginning.
No, it wasn't.
No. It wasn't.
We did love each other once, didn't we?
A long time ago.
Yes.
And we still love our kids. We could put that right.
I feel like I've lost them.
You'll never lose them. You're their mother.
Is that enough?
It's something.
Yeah, you're right. It's everything.
So, what do we do now?
I don't know.
So what do we do now?
I know. We need a lovely, warm cup of tea. Don't we, Tabitha?